Okay guys, welcome back. So, in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to aim to add an enemy sprite to our maze game. Now, we already have one sprite over here, which is our cat. However, we're going to aim to add another sprite into our maze game, which is going to function as the enemy to our cat sprite. So, let's not waste any time, let's get started. First of all, what you need to do is you need to go over to the right hand side, click on the search button there, and you're going to be shown a number of different sprites. Now, because my current sprite is a cat, I'm going to choose a dog as the enemy sprite. Click on it, and then he comes up on the maze. Now, at the moment, as you can see, he is very large, too large for this maze. So what we need to do is we need to go over to costumes, and we need to drag across, and then we can change the size of it. So whatever size we like, he's a bit small there, so I'm going to make him a little bit bigger, keeping an eye on my maze. Make him a bit bigger again, and there we go. I'm happy with that size. So we've included a sprite, and we have resized him. Now what we need to do is we need to do some coding for him to make him move. So first of all, what you need to do is go over to code, and you need to go to when backdrop switches to level 2. So when backdrop switches, pull that over, and we want them to show up in level 2. So go to level 2. And then we need to find forever, and pull it there. Now we need to control how he moves, how quickly he moves. So move 10 steps. When you clicked on motion, move 10 steps, move it. And this controls how quickly he moves. If you change the numbers, it'll change how quickly or how slowly he moves. I'm going to change it now to 5. Okay. Now then, I want him, when he moves, for him to bounce back when he touches the wall. So what we need to do is we need to go to if something, then, so we'll pull that over, and we'll put it underneath there. Then we need to show that when it touches the color, he bounces back. So to do that, what you need to do is you need to go down to touching color, pull that one there, pull across, make sure it's highlighted, put it in, and then click that button there, and then change it to black, like that. Okay. And then what we need to do is when he touches there, what's going to happen? Well, he's going to turn 180 degrees. So let's go to turn, and it doesn't matter which one of those you choose. We put it there, and we're going to choose 180 degrees, like that. Okay. Now, we also need to make sure that he turns that way. So we need to click on the direction over here and change it to that way. And then do you see at the moment he does that? There's a loop at the moment, doesn't he? So to change that, just put do not rotate. Click that and then change it to -90 degrees. So make sure you've clicked that and make sure that's -90. Okay? And so we've done the coding so far for the direction of the dog. So if we try, so if we go back to the beginning, and we go here, if we drag him all the way to the end, and hopefully, there we have it. Our dog is moving successfully from side to side. Now, the next thing, you will probably have noticed that when we went on to backdrop 1, that he was on backdrop 1, on level 1, and maybe we don't want him to be on level 1. So in order to do this, what we need to do is we need to go click back onto the dog, stop him moving for a minute, go to code, and then we need to click on when backdrop switches to level 2 again. So when backdrop switches to level 2, we need to go to the purple, show. Now, where do we want him to show? Where do we want him to start? So you need to drag the dog and go, well, I want him to start there at the start of level 2. And then it'll show the coordinates there. Drag that. Put it underneath. Then we need to find forever. Forever. And this cool little thing, this bit here now that we're about to do, will make the dog seem like he's moving, as in his legs are actually moving when he's moving. So if we go on to next costume, and put it there, and then finally wait for 0.5 seconds, okay, between the next costume, okay, so it's not too quick. And then, hopefully, if we go back to the start, we go to backdrops, now he is still there at the moment, okay, so he is there at the moment still. So in order to solve that problem, what we can do is basically make sure it's completely started. If it's still not working for you, okay, you can always do this. So go on to code and then pull when clicked, and then we can put hide. And so that means that when we click this button, he's going to hide and he won't be on our level. So let's try. So let's click this and boom, he has disappeared. So if he is still on your screen, use that code as well, which will solve that problem for you. Okay, but this makes sure that he shows up on level 2. This one makes sure that he's hidden on level 1. Okay, so if we did our maze game, hopefully now, at the moment, you can see now that it's not quite right, is it? There's certain parts of it that are too big. So, you need to go onto dog, and you need to go onto costumes. Now, these here are the other parts of the dog. So, you need to change the size of these. Okay? So, in order to do that, what you do is just click on this one here, drag, and then make smaller, and then this one here, drag, make smaller, and then as you've noticed, he looks like he's moving and he's not going all crazy over here because we've edited the size. So make sure you change the sizes of the costumes as well. Okay, so we've done a lot there so far. Now the last thing we need to think about is what happens when the cat actually touches the dog? Because at the moment, if we pull the cat over here, when he touches the dog, nothing happens at all. Okay, so there needs to be something that happens when he hits the enemy. So what we need to do is we need to change the coding for the cat. So click on cat, go to code, and then you need to find this one here that's got the black color there. And first of all, we need to find the if and then. So if, then, drag it over here, put it underneath. If touching, so we need to find this one. If touching dog 2, because dog 2 is the name of the enemy sprite. Drag that, put it in the box there. And then I'm going to make him go back to the start of the sprite. You could even make him go back to level 1 if you felt really harsh. But for this one, because it's only level 2, I'm going to make him just go back to the start of the level. So you go on to motion and then tell where you want the cat to go. So I want him to go there. And so it changes the coordinates. And then I'll drag across, put that there. And so let's now test to see if it all works. So let's go back to backdrops, level 1. Okay, let's click that. Click the green button there. And then say now if we go through the maze, so we're going through, we're doing the maze. Level 1 is fairly straightforward. And then once we get to the end, it brings us to level 2. Now hopefully when we touch the dog, something's going to happen. Let's have a look. And he goes back to the start. Okay, and there we have it. Okay, so you have managed to create an enemy sprite for your maze game, and you've managed for there to be a consequence when the sprite touches the enemy sprite. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.